We will continue with the second part of today's lecture, which are practical arrangements about the course. So the course consists of several parts, and the first part is the theory. Normally, I just give one lecture per week of 2 hours, but now, due to COVID, of course, things will look a bit differently. Things are still structured in 8 weeks, and I will make available the content of the lectures through online videos that I will share via Blackboard. So on Blackboard, every week you will find a set of new lecture videos that you can watch, and as well as the full slide set with slide notes to explain things in more detail. So you can watch the videos and then look at the slide notes to get more details. The slide content and notes are actually based on this book, Cryptography and Network Security, Principles and Practice by William Stallings. It's not necessarily needed for you to buy the book because it's quite expensive. If you want a book, then feel free to buy it. If you want to use it also for other things, then it may be a good purchase. But just for the lecture, it's not necessarily needed because a lot of information will be in the slides and in the slide notes. So normally that should be enough for you to pass the course. There's also some other materials available online, such as an online course, so a massive online course about cryptography. This is the link. It's freely available. It more or less touches on similar topics as my lectures, especially for the first part, which is more the theoretical part, and the algorithms there. There's a lot of overlap. So if you want more details or you want to hear things being explained in a different way, you can always use this online course. Finally, there's also an open book, openly available book that you can access via this web address, which is more theoretical. So it also touches a lot on the algorithmic side of things. It also contains a lot of mathematical proofs of correctness and security and so on. This goes a bit beyond this course. So in the course, I will provide some proofs, but not. My course is less mathematical, I would say, than this book. So if you're very interested in the mathematics behind everything, I would warmly advise this book. But not everything that is in that book is really required knowledge for this course. Also, normally I organize 1 or 2 guest lectures every year. This year, I am unsure if these will happen due to COVID because, I need to see if it is possible or not. They are towards the end of the semester, so I will let you know whether or not these will take place. And the material, as I mentioned already, are mainly the slides with notes and also recorded lecture videos. Both of these will be made available through Blackboard on a weekly basis. I will also organize, since we don't have any physical lectures for the theory, I will organize a Q&A session once every 2 weeks. The reason it's only once every 2 weeks is mostly practical because we need a bigger room, and the big rooms are not available every week. So I got a room every 2 weeks, sadly, because we went to Code Orange. Now the room is no longer big enough to fit everyone. We have over 43 students. I think at the moment we have 43 students registered for the course, which may increase further. And the room we got, MG04, only accommodates up to 20 people. So I still am figuring out how to do this. Either we do it in 2 smaller groups of 20 people, where each group comes for 1 hour, or part of the people can follow online in case not too many people want to be present physically. I will also try to record these lectures and make those recordings available afterwards. So what is the goal of these Q&A sessions? Well, you will be able to ask questions about the videos that I've shared in the past 2 weeks. I will also provide some additional explanations about parts that seemed unclear because there were a lot of questions about it, and some clarifying exercises. These exercises will depend on the lecture. Some weeks There are a lot of possible exercises. For some lectures, there are no real exercises. So also the duration of these Q&A sessions may vary from week to week. So we have a 2-hour slot, but maybe it will only take 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, depending. So Lawrence is asking if all normal lectures will be online. Yeah, this is indeed true. So I will attempt to record videos in advance for all of the lectures. So there will not be sessions at a fixed time slot for the lectures. I will just make the videos available whenever I have recorded them. The Q&A session is at a fixed time slot, obviously, on Thursday, starting at 10:45. Yeah, the reason today I'm teaching on Wednesday and these Q&As are on Thursday is because they had to change the room, and originally it was going to be on Wednesday as well, but then the room they assigned me is only available on Thursday. All right, so next to the theory, we also have lab sessions and a project. So the lab sessions, normally they take place in the lab room, but this year they will be fully online. Normally they're also in groups of 2. This year I decided to let you work on them individually. We will adapt the assignments accordingly so that the amount of workload is less since you work on them alone. So there will be 7 lab sessions, one about each of the topics of the course, with the exception of today, because today is the introduction. So that's why there are 8 lectures and 7 lab sessions. And the first assignment will be made available in 3 weeks on Monday. Sorry, in 2 weeks. So on week 3 to now we are in week 1. With this, we ensure that the lab always comes 1 week after the theory, which gives you time to watch the videos and absorb the material. You will get 1 week time to finish each assignment. An assignment we will aim that it's about 2 to 4 hours of work in total. So in previous years, students worked 2 hours during the lab and then a bit at home. So it should be similar. So let's say around 3 hours of work. You will submit it. You can also submit those via Blackboard. Finally, there's a project. The project is not a programming project, but a literature study. So you will work in groups of 2, and every group will be able to select one advanced security topic. We will define a set of possible topics ourselves, but we will also allow you to propose your own topic. So every group will select a topic or propose one, and then you will be given several weeks' time to prepare a presentation and a report about this topic. So the presentations will still happen during the semester. The reports will be submitted at the end of the semester, so you'll get a bit more time to work on your report. The details will be provided in week 5. So the week of October 19th, we will provide you with a list of possible topics. Every group will be able to select a topic. In the coming week, I will create the groups on Blackboard so that you can already start registering in groups of 2 people. So you can arrange with one of your friends to be in the same group, or you can register in a random group with someone else you don't know. Either is fine for me. And here's the calendar of the course. So the course runs throughout the full semester, so 13 weeks. We have 8 lectures, well, 8 topics, theory topics in the first 8 weeks. And Q&A sessions will happen in week 3, week 5, week 7, and week 9. And during week 9 and 10, we have a guest lecture that's still to be confirmed, so may or may not happen. And then week 11 to 13, we have the project presentations. So it's important that you are all present during all 3 project presentation sessions. I will see how to do this, whether they will be organized online or physically, or part of the people attend online, part of the people attend physically. So that I will let you know later, but it's important that you are available during these sessions. It will also take place on Thursday from 10:45 until 12:45. And the labs will start, as I said, in week 3. So every week you will get 1 assignment until week 9. So that's the calendar of the lectures. So evaluation, also important. Half of your grades will be given during the year on year work. So this is the labs. So 2 points are on the lab sessions. The main important thing is there you actively work on the labs. You submit your assignments, your solutions on time for each of the assignments, and your solution makes sense. So we will not grade it very in depth, but it's important that you participate and submit on time. So you can earn 2 points based on that. Then you can earn 8 more points on the project itself. This is both on the report and the presentation. When I provide the assignment, I will also explain in detail how this report and presentation will be graded. Also note that the lab assignments cannot be redone during the summer. So Igor is asking if the labs are individually or in pairs of 2. They are this year individually. So normally they are in groups of 2, but because everything is online, it's more difficult to collaborate. So this year the labs will be individually. As I mentioned, we will adapt the lab assignments to be a bit less work than previous years because you will work on them alone. The project can be redone during the summer, but you will get a new assignment. So you cannot just continue working on the same topic, you will get a different topic. So that's important to note. Then the exam. So it's a theory exam, written, closed book, and I will provide you example questions at the end of the semester. So example exam questions. It also counts for 10 points. So you can earn half your points in the year, half your points in the exam. However, I expect you to obtain a minimum grade of 4 out of 10 on each of the 2 parts. So you can't have 10 out of 10 on your practice and then not show up for the exam, then you won't pass the course. Then I will cap your maximum to 8 out of 20 because I find it important that you participate in all parts of the course and not just do well on one part and then completely neglect another part. So that's a requirement. That's also been mentioned in the online information that's available about this course. So who is who? So I'm Jeroen van Meij. You can see here my email address. Also 3 teaching assistants are involved in the project and the labs. So their email addresses are here. You will get to know them throughout the next couple of weeks. This year only via videos and email, I'm afraid. Where can you find us? Well, right now, since March, we have been mostly working from home, but occasionally we are still in our office, which is not on campus Middelheim, but in the Beacon. So it's in the city center of Antwerp. Sometimes I am in Middelheim, for example, when I'm teaching, so it is possible to find me there. But if you want an appointment with me in the middle, it's best to contact me in advance so we can find a meeting slot. Also, since this year we won't be seeing each other so often and it will be harder to interact, I propose we use the Blackboard forum. I think this is a better way to ask questions than to send them directly via email, because also other students will be able to see your questions and will be able to learn from the answers. So you can find a forum on Blackboard. And I already created 3, so this is an automatic forum that was created, van en voor studenten, where you can just discuss things with your fellow students. But also created 3 other forums where you can ask questions about the theory, about the labs, and about the project. So I'll try to check this frequently. And also, I really advise you to all check this. And if you have any questions, please ask them there. And I'll try to answer them, but also your fellow students can answer questions that you may have. Also, the teaching assistants, I will ask them to check these forums. So please make use of them.